Welcome to The Hook. MLR news and notes for preseason week 5. The Houston Sabercats hosted the Capital Rugby Union Selects. They defeated the Capital Rugby Union Selects 49-3. The USA Eagles, which had several of the MLR players in the squad for the day. I think it was 10. There was significant experience gained by debutantes on the day, and Seattle Seawolves had a polar plunge. They also announced a partnership with a marketing firm to go forward for this year, so that was really cool. The city of Houston is going to reimburse the Sabercats for building their parking lot because I'll let you know soon at the end of this video, right? Alright, so digging in, let's get into the Capital Rugby Union Selects match versus the Houston Sabercats. At halftime, it was 14-0 for the Sabercats over the Selects. You know, they looked at the film, the Capital Selects did, and they said, we brought this level of intensity, this level of practice against the NOLA Gold. Now we know what we have to do to play at this higher level. So, they calibrated their practices, they did what they needed to do, and they, were within 14 at the half. But, however, in the second half, the Sabercats were doing what they were doing. They, for the most part, they have a superior team. Overall, when it comes to this respect, they will be well-read and ready to go for the MLR season. You saw the evaluation of a lot of players in this first half against the Capital Rugby Union Selects. You also saw the evaluation of more players in the second half for the Houston Sabercats. So building depth while also needing to deal with injuries and making sure your guys knew why they started, because they earned it, right? They did what they needed to do to get on the pitch for match day. Capital Rugby Union played, very good defense in the first half, and that's why they were able to hold this new side to 14 points. However, Coach Fitzpatrick put in the boys in the last quarter of the match after the Sabercats had extended their lead, but, not to his comfort level. He wanted to work his systems and score and, show his guys on the pitch what they need to do week in and week out. So, moving on, the ARC, the United States Eagles, beat the Argentina XV, which is their second side. And we have drawn against the Argentina XV the last 2 years of this tournament. And, it was very contentious. There was some dirty play early on. Marcel Brockie was knocked out of the match, and Dylan Owdsley for the San Diego Legion made his debut for the Eagles. He played a total of 72 minutes in regulation, and he performed very well at the outside center spot. Good to see him play. He's a very talented young athlete. Loved watching just the style and intensity he brought in replacing Marcel Brockie. Sean Davies, when he was inserted, I don't know what it was, but the tempo of our attack changed. 2 minutes later, Tony Lambourne, ball goes out to him, and he scores between the posts and the southeast side, but eastern side touchline. So, and, that didn't really give him a good angle for Will Maggie to kick. Missed the conversion. However, we were still up 11-10. Later on in the match, another debutant who is not an MLR player, but an RFU Championship player in Will Hooley, who plays for the Bedford Blues. He came in at 68 minutes and filled in very well for Will McGee. He ended up having 2 good kicks to extend our lead to 17-10. And then Austin Elite Rugby player Henko the Hammer Scheisse was able to track down on the final scrum Rodrigo Bruni and force the ball into a knock-on as he went down. And he did not score across the line. And referee Chris Asmus, after looking at the tape, called the match. And I was ecstatic in the press box. And there were 2 Argentine media members that were in front of me that did not come to the press conference. So that was cool. going forward into like community outreach and charity events, Seattle Seawolves participated in a polar plunge on Saturday, which was really cool. Loved that. They're now working with Force 10, who will be their their PR team going forward. So that's going to be really cool. You're going to see a lot more content going on with them. This next week, we have 2 matches coming up. Seattle Seawolves play the Vancouver Island Selects, which is going to be really cool. The match will not be broadcast live, but the match will be made available on Sunday on YouTube. So we'll get that out so everyone can watch it. And again, the Houston Sabercats continue their fall slate, their preseason slate here. Check it out at Grant A. Cole spot at Mixler. I think it's mixler.com/Grant-A-Cole, and that will get you the game at 6 p.m. I think my time, so Mountain Time, but it starts at 6:30 Central Standard Time is when the pregame goes on the radio, so that's going to be great. And, I guess the Chicago Lions brought in some outsiders for this match, so that'll be really cool to see what they're bringing. Chicago Lions are supposed to be a 2019 team. And I think that wraps it up for MLR News and Notes.